when you're a parent and your kid's walking along and he falls and, he goes down hard, maybe he trips and, he ricochets his elbow, maybe his head rattles, and you go down, you're, oh, are you okay? You get the panic button. Oh, you okay? Get up. Oh, my God. And the kid looks at you and he goes, oh, you're panicking? Ah! Kid starts bawling. He goes bananas. Now the kid's, he's a great leader is when that kid goes down, you grab him, hey, you're right, man, let's go. We got to get going. And you start walking. The kid gets up and kind of looks and goes, oh, my parents good? Oh, the leader's good? Oh, I'm good too. I'm going to keep walking. So, like, when you look at that situation, Judge is that kind of guy.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom, coming in hot, Chichi. What's going on, brother?
You startled me there. I was looking down for a second and I heard the boom.
Dude, is it freezing there in Long Island?
Freezing, dude. It's like, I don't know, 12 degrees. How about there?
Bro, it's like 10, 12. Dude, I just went into my cold plunge, me and my buddy Johnsy. And, dude, it was one of those moments because it's in my garage, and I always open the garage door because, I just want to I like the grind. I was in the plunge, which is probably 47 degrees. Mm-hmm. It was smoking.
Ooh.
Like, because it was hot. It was like actually like it was so cold. The air was so cold. The cold plunge water was smoking. Like,
Oh, my God. That's ridiculous. What's the actual temperature there?
it's probably 10.
Oof. It is no good. I took Macy for a walk yesterday. She
Yeah.
wanted to kill me, but what are you going to do?
No, it's good. I mean, yeah, you're a dog. Suck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, so we were on before, and we were talking about what we were going to talk about today, and you were like, hey, it's really cool how the Yankees are bringing in the old guard, like Clemens and all those guys. And we got us thinking and talking, so that's one point. Very cool that Boone's doing that. The other question I have to pose to you is, are the Yankees a better lineup in 2025 than they were in 2024?
I actually think they are, dude. I really do. I mean, I know Soto's a big deal, but at the end of the day, like they were a couple pieces away, maybe. You know what I mean? I think Goldie's going to have a great year. I really do, man. Go look at his September, what he did, 330. I think he had close to 1,000 OPS, driving the baseball out of the ballpark. All the StatCast numbers are still there too, like his hard hit rate, his bat speed, all that stuff is still there. So I think he's going to have a great year. And like I said, I think Bellinger fits well in that park. And there's also something to be said when you get around a guy like Aaron Judge, who he is and how he works and goes about his business. And then with the Yankees, dude, there's something about being with the Yankees. It's different. It's different when you're there in New York. So I saw Goldie get interviewed yesterday. He could tell he's really excited to be a part of that. He's played for the Diamondbacks. He's played for the Cardinals, but never a team like the Yankees. I remember when I went to the Boston Red Sox in 2008, I was like, wow, there's a different level of energy, a different level of expectation. And then when I was with the Yankees in 2023 as the hitting coach, I was like, whoa, it's that same feel again. Like, same feels back. Like, wow, we're sold out everywhere we go. The expectations are different here. The banners, all the championships, the fans, the pinstripes are real. You put on his pinstripe, man, it feels a little different putting these pinstripes on. It's a little different than, so like you could tell Goldie in his when he was talking yesterday spring training, you could, he feels that. He feels that feeling that I felt. I know what that is. So yeah, dude, I think that lineup's deeper. Like I said, having Jazz Chisholm for the whole year, thinks to be great. Austin Wells back, is settled in now. He's not a rookie. You're back in. Volpe's, going to continue to get better. Stanton's banged up right now. The one guy that I'm interested to see, Will LeMahieu, he was talking about this offseason, really relaxing for a few months. Like, I'd like to see DJ. Like, he came out the gates, had a great spring training last year, then got banged up. So you'd like to see, if he could hold down that third base job and come back and contribute.
Yeah, and back to your point about Jazz and to your other point about what it's like to be a Yankee. Remember when they traded for him, everybody was like, oh, that personality doesn't fit with the Yankees. Well, first of all, not only did he fit in, I think he enhanced the personality of the Yankees. And I'm a Yankee now, I'll play third. And he went to a position he's never played and played it very well for somebody who's never done it before. And there's quotes from Booney actually saying he's very excited to see Jazz, ideally in his world, Jazz just sits at second base and doesn't move, and he loves that dynamic with him and Volpe up the middle. Pretty cool with those guys up there.
I think it's great.
I'm looking forward to a full season of Jazz as a Yankee.
That's a great point, Chinch. Yeah, Jazz being at second base as a Yankee, settled in. You know, I think one thing with Jazz is like, you know, he was talking about I just want to be myself and be accepted. And I think Booney does a great job of that, dude. Booney does a great job of making guys feel like that's what a leader is. A leader is a guy that makes guys feel welcome. A leader is a guy that makes guys feel comfortable in their environment so they can go out and be the premier athletes that they are. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than a guy that's trying to mold everybody into be the same person and say, you got to do it my way. Well, you're not a good leader, and that's going to blow up in your face at some point. So being around Booney, being around that clubhouse, knowing what he brings and seeing how Jazz fit in there from day one, you know, that's a really feather in Booney's cap as far as the leader that he is.
Yeah, it also helps that your captain is 7'9" and 420 pounds of muscle, and is the best player on the planet, and is a great guy.
Yeah.
And Judgy, they were asking him so much stuff about Soto, and he subtly was like, "Yeah, you know, he went where he wants to go. I'm happy being here." And he's like, Judge actually said it out loud. He's like, I let him get into the front and center. He's like, I don't care. He says, I don't care where I hit in the lineup. That's your captain, dude. That's the best player in the game. And everybody falls in line after that.
Judge's temperament is so important, dude. It sets everybody up. I look at it like this sometimes. When you're a parent and your kid's walking along and he falls and, you know, he goes down hard. Maybe he trips and, you know, he ricochets his elbow. Maybe his head rattles, and you go down, you're like, oh, are you okay? You get the panic button. Oh, you're okay? Get up. Oh, my God. And the kid looks at you, and he goes, oh, you're panicking? Kid starts bawling. He goes bananas. Now the kid's, you know, he's a great leader is when that kid goes down, you grab him. Hey, you're all right, man. Let's go. We got to get going. And you start walking. The kid gets up and kind of looks and goes, oh, my parents good? Oh, the leader's good? Oh, I'm good, too. I'm going to keep walking. So, like, when you look at that situation, Judge is that kind of guy. Hey, man, follow me. You think everything's on fire? I'm going to lead the way, lead from the front. I'll walk through it. You guys just get behind me. And everyone, you know, that's a great leader. That's Booney. That's Judge. I think that's why. That's even Cashman. Cash does a great job of, you know, being around long enough to know that, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on around here in New York, and you got to have the right temperament to succeed here. You cannot go with the ups and the downs. You just got to be able to try and be even keel and ride that wave, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's a human element, we call that, right?
Exactly. You got to have it, man.
Let's go to the complete opposite side of the world, the non-human element, taking the human out of baseball. Because we are – you like that segue? We are in spring training, I guess, testing – ABS. That's basically automatic balls and strikes. And Sean Casey was a career 302 hitter, had one of the best eyes maybe in a history of the game for balls and strikes. What is his take on this?
I love it, dude. As a matter of fact, when I was in Montana last year with a buddy of mine, with my buddy Charlie and Sarah, we went to an independent baseball game out there in Montana. It was great. Got a chance to talk to the team, everything like that. But they had this system, Chinch. It was the first time I got to see it. So I think that the catcher, the pitcher, or the hitter can challenge. And I saw it with the hitter more, the hitter challenge, and he's like, dude, it was like this. And it looks like it's added 17 seconds to the game. When I tell you, bro, it was like boom, boom. Hey, that's a ball, boom, and they put it up on the board. It shows it like a tennis match where they're like, they challenge and they could see the shadow is just outside the line. Dude, it's really cool. It's really cool. And the fact that and this is a big deal. This is a really, really big deal that they're doing this in Major League Baseball spring training, because that means it's coming to the big leagues. You get to this point, and they've been testing it since 2019 in the Atlantic League. They have enough data now, you know, just like the other rule changes, that this works. Now, the thing I like about it, I think every team gets 2 challenges, right? Let's go down it. Who can issue a challenge? The batter, the pitcher, or the catcher can challenge the umpire's call. No one else, not even the manager. Challenges must be made immediately after the umpire's call without assistance from the dugout or other players. How is a challenge issued? The player taps his cap or helmet to alert the umpire to the desire to challenge the call. How's the call reviewed? The Hawkeye view is shown to those in attendance via the video board and to home viewers via the broadcast. That's cool. That's a new element. How much time does the review add to the game? In minor league experiments, a challenge added 17 seconds of game time. That's great. That means that works. Are successful challenges retained? Yes. A team only loses its challenge if the umpire's call is confirmed, which I like.
I agree.
No teams get an extra challenge in extra innings. How long was it tested in the minors? 2019 Atlantic League, Florida State League 22. During 2023 and 24 AAA seasons, both the challenge system and full ABS were tested. By the end of the 2024, full ABS had been pushed aside in favor of the challenge system. So a full ABS would be balls and strikes. The umpire's irrelevant back there.
Interesting.
This is a challenge system ABS where you get 2 challenges. So the umpire behind the dish is still relevant. He's still calling the balls and strikes, but you have 2 challenges throughout the game. Maybe in a big situation, you can challenge it. So
there you go.
Yeah. So I like that. I like that because the umpires weren't liking that, and I like the human element of the umpires too. Those guys are the best in the world, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, think about it. You go back in time and look at balls and strikes and stuff like that in huge games and whatever. And sometimes you wish you would have had this, which is pretty cool. The other thing is for those who are like, oh, this isn't going to work. And what if it doesn't work? And I go all the way through with it. I always go back to these rule changes that the league has done over these years. Remember when they started doing the second base rule and it was the catch and release type thing?
Right.
And it wasn't working. And the infielders were like, this isn't working. And you know what they did? They said, okay, let's do it better or change it. And that's what they did. As long as the league and the players union are on the same page of, is this going to make us better? If they both agree on yes and no, then there's no problem with giving it a shot, I think.
Right. No, I agree, dude. I agree. If they both come to agreement and it's going to make the game better, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Exactly.
And listen, I think with the replay system it works, trying to get the calls right. And also, too, can you imagine a big situation, bases loaded, 9th inning, tie game, could be the World Series one day, and 3-2 pitch?
Dude, Tino,
I mean, dude, it's awesome.
Remember Tino Martinez in the World Series against, I think it was a Padres. There was a ball right down the middle with 2 strikes against him. I forget who was pitching. Was that? Yeah, ball.
Mark Langston.
Yes,
threw it right down the middle.
Ball next pitch
gone.
Sod.
I mean, right down the middle, bro.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
That's a big one. I agree, dude. That it could change World Series games, change championships. And it's great.
Hey, we just came off a very controversial NFL season where everybody was saying that the Chiefs were getting calls that they shouldn't be getting, and that kind of like put a little bit of a damper over the Super Bowl. Like, oh, they only got here because they weren't getting the calls weren't fair throughout the league. You never want to hear about the umpires or hear about the right call, wrong call. You never want to hear about it's not. You want just the guys who were playing in the game to decide the game. So
right, exactly.
I don't see anything wrong with at least giving this a shot. And like you said, they've been practicing and tweaking this and playing with this for years now.
Dude, they wouldn't bring it to this point of Major League spring training games. This is a big deal, folks. Really big deal. They wouldn't be here had they not said this system works. And like I said, I saw it in Montana change. It was kind of fun too. Boom. It happens so quick. Challenge, boom, boom, boom. So it's like this isn't like let's get the headsets on, let's go review. This is like bam. You got it within seconds.
Yeah, the gold standard is tennis. That has enhanced watching tennis. It's enhanced it. So if you can do that in other sports, I'm all for it.
And it stops the John McEnroe, Serena Williams tirades where you're like, you're terrible. It's like, no, look at
Aaron Boone's not going to get kicked out of games anymore.
He'll still get kicked out of games.
He'll
still get kicked out of games.
He might break the record. I think he might eventually become the all-time getting ejected guy.
He's about to sign a 3-4 year deal, which is going to give him more games as the manager and we get that World Series title at some point, bro. But listen, man, love the ABS. Love that also that Clemens and those guys are coming down to spring training. Love having the old players back. When teams hold those guys out, there should be guys that were great major leaguers should be around guys that are some of the new players and stuff like that. I can't stand when teams are like push guys out and don't want guys around, and it's crazy. So, but I'm glad they're doing that. So we'll see, man. We'll see if it works. But
all right,
Chinchy brother, love you, man. Great seeing you. Everyone out there, appreciate you. Go to handbid.com or go to the Handbid app and check out some of the great items that we have. That Oakmont thing is up to $2,700. So let's go with that one. My man, Jay Adams hooked that up. But there's some great stuff, man. Really, really great stuff. Pearl Jam stuff's getting bid on. Really cool stuff there. That ukulele's up to 10 grand, so you might have to have some money to get that one. That's not just
nice. And fans from around the league, you know, you got some Red Sox tickets and a Monster. I think you got some stuff. The Buccos, right?
Blue Jays, Buccos, yeah. Yankees open up here in Pittsburgh to start the season. So like people are fired about that. Skeens Judge to start the year. Great.
There we go.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff up there, man. Really, some really good packages, some good trips.
Yeah, go check them out.
So go check it out, man. We every dollar that is raised, it really helps out our kids and our organization. So Casey's Clubhouse. So
well done, Casey.
All right, man. Chicks, love you, brother. Love it. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See you, man.
See you.